Hey everyone, welcome back to All the Mods 9. Last episode we got a bit of a basement dug out. We got some other quarries and stuff set up, providing more materials over to the factory, or to my system at least. That's doing okay in terms of building requests. I think we're okay in that space at the moment. Everything else seems to be doing what it should be. So paper, it'll do its thing there. Alright, so downstairs I've set up a little bit of a create setup. So here right now we've got some water wheels. The water wheels set up. It's just running through a couple of cogs and driving this cog here. So we've got the 4 water wheels. I think I showed how these are made in the last one. Just a standard size water wheels. So they're just some planks and a shaft. Shaft for all of you playing along at home. A couple of andesite alloys, made a couple of them, plopped them down, put some water on there. Is it efficient? Probably not. Is there a better way of doing it? Most likely. All I've done here is set up a little automated setup to be able to get the create framework things, so whatever they're called in this. Let's create the casings. Casings, so andesite, brass, and copper. Now, I've got plenty of brass and copper coming from farms and mining and all sorts of stuff. And the andesite I can make from the seeds. So that's just your diorite and your stone seeds make andesite, make the andesite alloy stuff. But each of these items, each of these casings, require it to be a stripped log. Now, all it requires is one of these deploying, or whatever they're called, deployer. I don't need a depot because it's sitting over a belt. And you can do it manually too, as long as you have a stripped log. Now, stripped log, you normally place the log down, right-click it with an axe, and it will take the bark off. This here is a mechanical saw from Create, and that little guy is here. It's some plates, it's an andesite casing, and iron ingot. Very simple, make some mechanical saw. We are driving it. It needs to be driven opposite to the way things are coming in. So hence why we've got the cog system here, but we've got 2 lots of belts. And then this is driving these 3 deployers here. I've got crafters to be able to place down a piece of wood. So the recipe here is 1 fir log gives 1 andesite casing. And then up here I've got exporters exporting andesite casings and brass and copper, etc. And then here we've got some andesite belt funnels. That's this guy here. Pretty cheap andesite alloy and dried kelp. Gives us the belt funnel that just allows something to pop in there. So if I go in here and write casing, we'll have quite a few in there, but let me just pop out the andesite one, for example. And then I want to craft, let's craft 2. Start. And we should see there's a log coming down. It'll hit this, it'll be debarked. And then it'll go through, it will place the andesite alloy on top, turning it into the casing, dropping it into the interface, oop, there it goes, and back into the system, recipe complete. Now, all 3 of these are set up, all 3 of these are automated. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So, if we look at our quest book, we've got a couple of things to hand in. Obviously, I did the cogwheels, tick, and the large cogwheels, tick. Oop, no, don't want to pin it. And the water wheels. Oh, we got a spare water wheel. Again, I haven't made any of these other items. Engineer's goggles, no, not yet. We've got andesite casings. I did make a depot and then remembered that I didn't need it. And obviously, we made some deployers and saws so that we can do the things we need to do. There's no rewards for either of these. They're just a tick-off thing. The next thing we need to make, because remember, we are going for the mechanical crafters, because if you remember from, oh, still in the book, derp, and the All the Mod Star, to make the All the Mod Star, we actually need this guy here. We need 55 of them. So in order to make this, I need at least 55 of these guys. Now, it might be smarter to fill in some of these gaps. I don't I'm not sure, but that'll be 59. Yeah, 63, 67 odd. So we need a few. The recipe for these guys is brass casings, crafting tables, and electron tubes, and you get three mechanical crafters from one crafting. So we got the brass casing done. Tick. Crafting table, that's just a crafting recipe up in the automated system. We can set that up if I haven't already. I can't remember if I have. Crafting table's easy enough. Electron tube. So the electron tube requires polished rose quartz and an iron plate. So we need to automate. Actually, we need to automate the iron plates. I don't need to automate the rose quartz because I've already done it. The rose quartz can either be red, or sorry, not red, just sandpaper and rose quartz. Gives us a polished rose quartz. Or you can run it through an enrichment chamber. So I have an enrichment chamber upstairs already with a crafter on it. So I've already created the recipe to put the rose quartz into the enrichment chamber and spit out a polished rose quartz. Fairly straightforward. The rose quartz can either be made with this recipe or metallurgic infuser, nether quartz, and some redstone. So again, it's still the same amount of redstone, but it's not because we're enriching redstone and getting that boost. So again, this recipe is also set up upstairs as well. So if we drop back up here, here's the enriching factory. We've got the one here for the rose quartz. And this is our metallurgic infuser for redstone. And in here we have the nether quartz to rose quartz pattern. So if I want some of it, I can just request it. So if I want to make a mechanical crafter or I do need to set up this electron tube thing, and we need to do the iron plates. What is our smartest way of doing iron plates? We can do a metal press from immersive engineering. We can use multi-servo press using iron ingot. Or I could potentially see if we can make one of these guys. So let's look at what a mechanical press, what did I click out of that? What a mechanical press is worth to make, which is where? I have gone blank, I cannot see it. Mechanical press is there. I can make one of them. Do I need some belts? I've got one. Do I have some kelp? I think I do. Not tons, but I've got some. Let's do this. A couple more belts. Shafts. Few of them. Probably going to need a crafter. And then a hopper. And interface. Ooh. Crafter. Wait for my interface. Should be it. Let's drop down and have a look. So let's see if I can actually piggyback on this. I'm probably getting near the level that it will not like me much more. But let's see what we can do. Let's grab a belt. Oop, that's still working. And then let's get our mechanical press. Okay. Cool. Interface. And inside funnel. Oh, it's Halloween time, isn't it? Awesome. Grab this. Cool. And then we're just going to need the recipe of one iron ingot into one iron plate. But let's try that out. Work out whether it's all working first. Grab a couple of iron ingots here and drop them in. It's not super fast. Very nice. And we have the ability to make iron plates, wherever they're hiding. There they are. Cool. Let's make a little recipe. Oops, I'll stand on the ground. And we're going to do the... got it over here. It's fine. We'll do this. We'll do this recipe here. One in, one out. Nice. Cool. And pop this in here. And we're one step closer. Oh my gosh, is that going to go off all the time? May have to play around with that a bit. Stone pressure plate and 4 red banners. Why is red banners not set up? Stone pressure plate. 4 red banners. Sidetrack. Should you or should you not? Recipe. For a red banner. Come on, get the right stick. Cool. And then stone pressure plate would be a recipe in here, I assume. It's got some stuff in it. Can you actually do some work, please? Recipe. Stone pressure plate. Hey. Oh, it's a mechanic. Mechanic recipe. My bad. Yeah. Not the mechanic? No, that's the mechanic. It's me. No, not that one. What recipes do I have in here? I don't know. I didn't teach these ones. It's obviously taught it itself. That's fine. All right, so where were we? Getting up to making these automated crafters. So I need the recipe for this guy. Cool. There's our recipe. Let's pop that in here. And then I guess one more recipe for this guy. And one for this. I mean, that should be any wood, but I kind of want to use fir planks for now. Awesome. So, if I want things away for the moment, if I want these guys, mechanical crafter, let's say I want 64. I've got everything I need. Start. If I head down here, we should start seeing things pop in here, ready to craft up all the items we need to make those mechanical crafters. And you can see over there we're getting all the copper ones. We only needed a couple. We already had some made, obviously. A few of the iron ingots being dropped. Again, I don't have things set up to be super fast, so it will be doing its thing. Just waiting for those plates. It's done the crafting tables, it's made the brass casings, it's made everything else. Apparently we're making 33 of them. Yep, must be going in chunks of 3. So that will be 64 of those crafters. So again, work their way through. I do need a mechanical mixer apparently before it will pop all of these ones. So yes, let's make a mechanical mixer. I need the whisk thing. I'm going to need some more of them. Cool. Take a moment. And if I could see them. There it is. I've got everything else, so that's cool. I'm sure it's down there crafting these things up. Yeah, they come in. Slowly, slowly. Almost. So yeah, so that's coming in slowly but surely. Probably last one processing through. There we go. There's our whisk head. Here's our mechanical mixer. Tick. And at the same time, because I'd already done brass, no problems. Because I'd already done brass casings, no problem. I can pick up the mechanical crafters now, I believe. Hello? Mechanical. Yes, and I got 55 of them. I got 64. Tick. Just need a mechanical arm. I mean, we can probably do this. I might need to work out what that other thing was from the watch. Precision mechanism. That is different to what I'm used to, but it's still doable. I don't know how many of these I'm actually going to make. I would need 3 deployers, these 3 items, to make the gold plates. Just for this guy. Unless I've already got one. No, I don't. So I've got everything. I can make the casing. But if I want to make block precision mechanism, I'm going to need 3 more deployers. Okay, what say you deployers? You and you. Over here. That's the deployer. We're just going to need the brass hands. Cool. I need some more of those brass plates. So guessing it's not actually in here. Oh. Go. So just get me some of them, please. And then I want the quartz polished. No, what are they called? Tube. I just get like maybe 10 of them. Cool. So we worked at deployer. Today would be nice. I think now the system downstairs will be, because it's slow, it'll be trying to process through making all those plates. All right, let's look at making it faster. Where is? No, I think I looked at this and it is a bit further on than I already am. There's a couple of things we can do. We've got gear shifts and chains and things like that we can make things faster. I'm not a creative motor. Somewhere. Alternator or the electric motor. So I do need some of this mechanic. I need a 12 anyway. So let's see if we can get 12 of these guys going. And then we're going to need copper spools. We're going to need an iron rod, and whatever this thing is, capacitor. I mean, that's easy enough. Zinc and copper plates. I've got them here. So part of me wants to put it over there. Part of me wants to put it on this wall. So if we look at the star, it is 3, 6, 9 by 3, 6, 9. Okay. So if I do 9 by 7, see how we go. Four, 5, 6, 7. Again, this isn't going to be the final look of what this is because the way it's sitting now probably won't work. I do need to work out whether I can power this amount. Okay, and then it was dead in the middle. Oh, I didn't have enough. Yeah, I do need a couple more. They're all mechanical crafters, right? I need one more. One more, because it needs to be 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Please have a mechanical crafter. Yup. Brass are still going. I just like alternate you and get the iron ones going. Nice. Alright, so this guy, we need to work out how we can get him working. I can almost guarantee that if I hook this up to this, it's going to fail. So do I just go with its own water wheel? I do have one, right? So I don't think one is enough. I really don't. And gears. No, they're called cogs. And shaft. And water. Then please. You. And then I guess I'm just going to need some blocks. Grab some cobble. Alright, so if I want to set up. Back here. Again, I'm just doing this for giggles. I don't think it will work. If it works, I'll be impressed. The idea would be to put the water wheel there. Water there. Again, I don't think this will work. Yeah. Somewhat overstressed. Yeah. Didn't think that would work. Completely honest. So we do need to work out gearing, etc., to convert this. Whether we get a couple more water wheels. Do I just make the goggles maybe really quickly? What do I need to make it then? Do that. But can I put these in? Work if I... No. Night time again. Hello? If I just pop these on my head, it's not going to great for a second, but oh, it does if I look at it. So this is generating 256 SU. This has 0. If I put this thing in and it goes overstressed. Add more sources or slow down components. 16 SU at current speed. 256. So it's too fast. I mean, I can make a couple more water wheels. We can give that a go. But again, I don't remember how many I'm going to need. Or we do large. What was a large need? We'll try large. What's the difference with the large? I believe it's slower though, right? Half the speed. You know what? I'm going to give it a go. Let me pick up my water. In this. And make myself a large water wheel. Will you fit? Probably not, right? Oofed. So, I need some space. Make this a touch bigger. Where is my shovel? Okay, if I put that where it was, now it says it only needs one bucket pretty much. I don't know why it's going that way, but okay. Just got 512 stress units. Reach the goal. Desperate measures. Drastically slow down mechanical crafter to procrastinate on proper infrastructure. I love it. Yep. Okay, so I need to put one of the gearboxy things in it. What are they called? It's a gearbox. Gear shift. It's a variable one. Adjustable chain gear shift. I think it's this one. Oh, that's chain. That's the chain one. The gear shift then maybe. Oh no, that's the reversible one. That's how it works here. Shift. No, probably not. Gearbox. There is a create gearbox thing that'll do what I need, and I've forgotten what it's called. So I might just quickly look into it because we are right near the end of it. I'd like to throw this thing in, make sure it works. So I'll be back in just a tick. Alrighty, so I've been having a bit of fun here, mucking around and getting bits and pieces done. I'll try and explain what I've done here. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. This is a setup to enable me to make the clock thing, whatever it was called. The precision mechanism, because it's like a gold plate, and then it needs to go through 5 times, and there's an 80% chance you'll actually get it, and otherwise you'll get a 20% chance of getting junk. First 2 times I tried to do this manually, I got junk. So what I've done here, and I'll try and explain it as quick as possible. Otherwise the episode will go very, very long. I'm just setting it up to try and automate it as well. So hence why I've got a I've got a crafter here, and what I plan on doing is having the crafting pattern, and you know, let's just try this out. The crafting pattern that we set up for this guy will be 5 of them, 5 of them, and 5 of them, right? And it'll output all of them into the chest. Now I don't know how many gold plates I currently have. Do I have any? Okay, I've got one there. That'll help for what we need to do now. But what my plan is, helps if I get off the thing before I try and fly, is in here I wanted to put this pattern. So what it would do is into this chest it would dump those items. Now this one here is filtered to use small cogwheels. This one's filtered to use large. This one's filtered to use iron nuggets. And then this has no filter on it. So if I ask for the precision mechanism, if I've done this correctly, apparently I've got no cogwheels or anything. Let's just throw what I've got in here. I probably need to make just a couple more. Okay, cool. That should be enough. If I ask for the precision mechanism now, I'll get recipes for those things too. If I hit start, what we should see is items start to populate into here, and we can. For some reason, it's put that down there. Why? Oh, because the nugget. That's handy. That's super handy. The nugget locking thing has ended up in there, and the plate has ended up elsewhere. Where did the plate go? I've got a mechanism in there from where I did it before. Got no gold plate. Alright. Does that mean somewhere floating around in this system there's a gold plate? Gold plate. I'm sure it will turn up. If I pop this in here now, will it go where it needs to? Yes. Okay, so it's popped out the bottom. It should apply those things. I need to put the 5 nuggets in here. Alright, cool. What I've got in the end here, it's just a normal funnel, and then on this pipe, I have a blacklist of precision mechanisms. So anything that falls in this chest that isn't a precision mechanism will get pulled back through the pipework and deposited back into the hopper. So you can see here, this is like its 3rd time around. If I hover over here, we've got 2 cogwheels left in there, and there should be 3 nuggets now, 2 nuggets. And then it'll go around the system and until we get down to 0. Again, I'll try and find it where that gold plate's gone. Who knows where it is at the moment. It'll turn up. Probably thought it might be in my inventory, but it's fine. And this will pass through the 5 times, and then you can see it's just run out. I'm hoping that... Oh, we've got one. Nice. So at the end, we'll get the second one. There we go. The 2 precision mechanisms now instead of the junk that I was getting before. So again, it's dirty. It does the job. I had to put another water wheel in here. I tried putting 2 and it just kept breaking. So I've got the 1. And with the first precision mechanism I made this guy here, which is the rotation speed controller. So a rotation speed controller is this one. It requires just a precision mechanism and the brass casing. And then this guy, what you can do is once you connect up to it, now I put a second large water wheel at the back there. There's 2. Still doesn't really help me too much. If you hold right click on here, it gives you the ability to change the speed in RPM. Now 7 is the max that this will run with what I've got powering it back there in order to have this actually do its thing. So it is powered at the moment. I do believe there is meant to be I've got to push a button or something. I forget exactly how this all works. I'll work through what that looks like so I can at least try and make this electric motor here. So I'm going to need some brass plates and some copper spools and a few bits and pieces here. But I'd like to try and make this for the next episode and see if we can get an electric motor running this instead, because it'll be a lot quicker. I also need to go through and change all these arrows to be to the right thing. So ideally, down in one corner, probably, I don't know, maybe it'll be at the top. Once it crafts what it needs to put it somewhere. So, yeah, I'll work out what that looks like, and we'll go from there. But for the meantime, this is actually technically working, and this guy is working, so I don't know why that one doesn't go when there's thing under it. The other two do. Interesting. Anyway, anything too exciting. So that's what I've set up. It's been a big create episode, but we did get a few things done, and I now have a couple of precision mechanisms in order to make that electric motor. So hopefully by the next episode I'll have one, and I'll have a way I've made it. It's most likely just going to be a manual craft. But thank you all for watching. Leave those comments down below. I hope you enjoyed the episode, and I will see you in that next video. Bye everyone.